doing, bro?
I'm just telling you.
What we supposed to be doing?
A lot of us can't do that. Look, a lot of us don't know who we are. When you don't know who you are, your identity gets snatched up.
Brother, you said we what?
We Israelites.
Now what are we supposed to be doing?
We kings.
What are we supposed to be doing?
Spreading the word, like y'all doing, spreading the word. And I ain't trying to go there.
Let me show you what we're supposed to be doing.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel.
And now what?
And now Israel.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, read.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What do he require?
For us to be really disciplined.
By doing what?
Following his word.
Which is what?
Some people call it Allah, some don't. It's all.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart,
to do what?
And with all thy soul, to keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
To do what?
Keep the commandments.
That's his word.
But you know, everybody got their own.
No. Who we talking about?
We talking about Allah.
We talking about who? What nation of people?
Israelites.
All right. We ain't talking about everybody. We talking about the Israelites.
It's a different.
What are we supposed to be doing?
We supposed to be saving each other.
What we just read, brother?
Cain, Abel.
What did we just read, bro?
We supposed to assassinate Cain, Abel.
What are we all supposed to be doing?
Verse 13.
To
keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Is it with me?
To keep the commandments, bro.
Exactly.
Are you keeping the commandments?
How many of us do that? I can't do it by myself.
Are you keeping the commandments?
I can't do it by myself.
Are you keeping the commandments?
I do the best I can.
Are you? Yes or no? Do you know the commandments?
Everybody needs some help.
Do you know the commandments?
We don't join together, though.
I'm going to show you one that you don't know that you're not keeping.
We ain't joined together.
Leviticus 21:5.
That's why I
I'm going to show you one simple commandment that you don't know about that our people are supposed to be keeping.
Look at Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head. Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Neither shall this brother what?
Shave off the corner of their beard.
You're not supposed to do that. That's a commandment, bro. As an Israelite, man, we're supposed to have a beard on our face. Look at the brothers you see before you. Look at the warriors you see before you. What do they all have in common?
Lie, my shit itch.
What do they all have in common?
My shit itch.
Answer that for me.
My shit itch.
What do we have in common?
All y'all got beards.
Did we all start off like you?
Of course, y'all did at once upon a time.
At one point in time, we overcame that.
Until y'all got wisdom.
We overcame that.
Exactly.
Discipline. Ain't that what you said earlier?
Self-discipline. Self-control.
Control. You can't control yourself to deal with a beard that itch for a week?
Well, I'm learning.
That's something small, but you can do that. To keep the what on your face? The beard.
I know exactly what
Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things.
You hear that?
I can do all things through Yahweh Shai, who strengthens me.
All things, brother. That's something small to overcome. Did you know that before today?
I knew it, but this America. See, we like to live in America.
You knew you supposed to have a beard on your face as an Israelite man?
I know about that.
You know about it?
I'm hard-headed, okay?
Now, when you don't do that and you cut it off, what are you in?
I guess I'm in this world.
No. Take accountability for your actions. When you shave the beard off, what are you in?
I guess I broke the trust.
Broke the law. Which will have you in what? So 3 letter words. Sin. See that?
I know that.
So to avoid sin, what should you do?
See, you too deep with it.
No, simple.
A lot of those guys don't follow that rule.
I know, because they don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I know.
Before today.
I'm learning, though. Give me the benefit of the doubt. I know what's going on.
That's the whole purpose. Learning, teaching.
Look, sometimes
we ain't no better than you, brother. We just know better to make better decisions.
Sometimes you gotta camouflage yourself.
No, you are a light. You're supposed to be out here shining as an example.
You gotta camouflage yourself with these people, man.
No, the reason they ruling over you is because our people don't want to keep the simple commandments that the Most High put before us. Ain't no precept out here.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
Do you do that, brother?
Yes.
If you did, you would follow his commandments and have that beard on your face. Even though you didn't know today, going forward, you should be striving to beat that itch, to keep that beard on your face because the Lord told you to do that. Not us.
I
Because
cut
the
hair
Lord
for a living too.
That don't mean that. You know?
I have to
And lean not
and then I work for
unto
UAB
thine own
Highland.
understanding.
I work
not.
for UAB Highland, so
What
I got
does
to
that
live
mean?
presentable. I make $18
So, are you
an
saying
hour.
that cutting your beard off
I make
is
$18
making
an
you look
hour.
presentable?
To,
Are you saying these
to
brothers
some-
right here that
But
got
see,
beards
no,
on
I'm
their
not
face
saying that.
are not presentable?
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
Certain things you have to look presentable to the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper.
Grow your beard, brother. Read
The
that.
gatekeeper.
Verse 6.
The gatekeeper.
In all thy ways,
Uh-huh.
acknowledge him.
In all your ways. When you go on to work,
Okay.
acknowledge the Most High. Help guide
Well,
me.
I
Help
guess that-
strengthen me so I
I
can
guess
deal
why there's so
with
many
the
people
itching of my
sacrificing.
skin.
I guess.
Read.
And he shall direct thy path.
And he what?
And he shall direct thy path.
He's going to direct your path.
Okay.
He's going to help you to overcome something as
Well,
simple
I
as
guess
growing
I
your beard
hooked
out.
up with the right brothers.
Right.
Because I ain't never had no brother look out for me when I say, hey, my bill $1,000 long. Come give me $1,000, at least half
beard.
of it. My bills, like my rent.
This is bigger than money, bro. This is bigger than money. The money that you talking about got the same folks on it that you were talking about you hate. The same one that say, you say are reptilians, they the same ones that got their face on the money that you striving to get every day. So for a brother to help you out and give you some of that, that ain't really helping you.
Well, that's why I still,
Help is telling you who you are and telling you you're supposed to keep these commandments.
That's why I stay.
Therefore, you won't be in a
For real,
situation
for real.
where you keep making the same mistakes.
Look.
You understand that?
I understand. That's why I stay antisocial. That's why I read. I study. You say study about to make yourself approved.
Huh?
Study about to make yourself approved.
To who?
Me.
No, that's not what it says. Bring it out right quick. Study to show yourself approved to the Most High God. Not to yourself, not to me.
You know what I'm trying to say? The Most High. Yeah.
I need to hear the answer.
Okay, study to make myself approved to me and high power. My high power.
Your high, our high power. Because you're going to constantly go through testing life, and you got to have them precepts stored up so that you know how to make moves. That show what they call moral compass in life, to help you make the right decision. Now, if you don't know what's going on, you don't know what he wrote to help you out of situation, guess what you're going to do? You're going to keep falling in the pit holes, brother.
Kings and the kings, Lord of the Lord.
Have you been drinking, brother?
Bring the precept up.
Oh, so you going to condemn
I'm
me?
asking you a question.
You condemn me for
I'm
that?
asking you a question.
Even Jesus Christ drunk wine.
I'm asking you, have you been drinking, bro? It's a
I
simple
drunk
yes or
2
no.
beers.
Because it's kind of strong, that's why I'm asking. Bring it up.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
We gotta gather ourselves together to help make each other strong. You said iron sharpen what?
Iron sharpen iron.
How we do that? By coming together. That's a commandment that the brother just read. Read that again from the top.
Book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
And what?
Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Gather together. Because ain't nobody else gonna help build you up. Ain't nobody gonna tell you what's good. Them other people that you point out, the reptilians, the devils that the Bible speaks of, they ain't gonna tell you nothing about who you are, what you're supposed to be doing. They can't be antisocial.
I can't isolate myself either.
Exactly. How are you gonna overcome anything by yourself?
I've been doing it a long time. That's why I got therapists. That's why I got caseworkers.
Your therapy is right here in these scriptures, bro.
That's why I got caseworkers.
You know what that therapy go around dealing with spirits. Are they telling you that? No. They giving you terminology. They ain't giving you the answer.
And real quick, brother, even then, that's still another person. Therapy. You see what I'm saying? You seeking help from somebody. So,
Look,
what you got?
I jumped out the porch when I was 14 years old.
I jumped out the
I'm
roof.
trying to set these motherfuckers up. I'm trying to get me a check.
Brother, you been drinking.
Don't mock the Most High.
I swear to God. I'm trying to get that $5,000 check. Hell, they
Do
doing
what with, brother? Give it right back to your enemy.
They doing it. See,
You gonna give it right back to your enemy.
Look, my
understand
lawyer,
that?
my lawyer told me I had to have a paper trail.
Who are we? Israelites. You gotta keep what? The commandments.
I gotta have a paper trail.
Because we don't keep the commandments, brother.
I gotta have a paper trail.
You seeking
It
the
busy.
piece of this land.
It's
You
busy.
seeking the
They,
foolishness of
they
this
say
world.
they say they owe us the cow and the mule and the land. They still owe us some
Brother,
money.
you gotta repent. You got to come back to keeping the commandments.
I'm about to go to
Come back to keeping these commandments, brother. Turn from your wicked ways. Stop seeking the riches of this world, because it ain't gonna get you nowhere. This is not your resting place. This ain't where you're supposed to be trying to thrive at. This is a correctional facility that we thrive in or living in, where your people hate each other. They respect the reptilians more than they respect you.
Man, they respect a dog more than they respect you.
Now, why is that happening?
Because we ain't got no father figure.
Deuteronomy 28:15.
We ain't got no father figure. Maybe if you would have been in
Leviticus
their life
26:15.
a long time ago, it would be on the mud shot smiling. Like, you know, like it's all good when they kill somebody. If we had a father figure, maybe they wouldn't be selling dope when they was 13 years old.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 15. And if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments,
if you hate the commandments, the judgments, the statutes, read.
So that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning ague.
We need to talk to Cain Eye.
Damn them. They ain't got nothing to do with our condition, bro. Get them. What you said was, if we despise his commandments, we try to justify our wickedness. We try to find peace here in the wicked kingdom. Then we will be destroyed.
Look, I told you, I jumped out of a horse in Kingston. I raised with Dangerfield. Why can't I get enough pistols and Uzi, a gun, a clip shoot 200 sometimes?
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God, and be more ready to hear.
Be more what?
And be more ready to hear.
Be more what?
And be more ready to hear. Than to give the sacrifice of food.
Of who?
Of food.
Of who?
Of food.
If you coming up here just barking,
talking,
you giving a sacrifice of food, bro.
For they consider not.
They what?
For they consider not that they do evil.
That you what?
That they do evil.
This brother is not considering that you doing
the
evil,
order
bro.
for you to know the devil, you got to follow the devil.
Oh, brother.
Verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth.
Do what?
Be not rash with thy mouth.
Hey, quit speaking foolish,
You
bro.
want to know.
Give me 1 Corinthians 8.
What do white folks say? The order to know, to catch a criminal.
Let me ask
you
you
got to
something.
know a
You
criminal.
keep quoting
The
everything
order for you to know the criminal, they got to catch the criminal in order to know him.
Now, why
So
are
that
you
means
quoting
you got to go.
what your enemy
If you
say?
want gospel, go to Kingston.
What?
Go to Avondale.
Brother, you came over here and now you fleeing.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
How long, ye simple ones?
How long what?
How long, ye simple
I
ones?
just want a beer too.
How long, ye simple
I
ones?
hate the reptilians.
How long, ye simple ones?
Well, what?
Will you love simplicity?
I just got to get this check.
Will you love simplicity?
I'm jumping off the porch.
Will you love simplicity?
How long will you love simplicity, bro?
And the scorners,
And the what?
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Then delight in your scorn.
And
You
fools hate knowledge.
And what?
And fools hate knowledge.
Hey, brother, do you love knowledge? Because if you did, you would still be standing right here. So your actions actually show where your mind is. You know what I'm saying? Scorners love their delight, man. Where you going? Where you going, brother? Give me that wicked flea when no man pursues. Why are you cheering for them and you just said you hate them? Oh, boy. Bring that out right quick.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 8 and verse 2. If any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing.
He what?
He knoweth nothing.
His brother think he gonna jump off the porch and get a $5,000 check to go give it back to the damn enemy. Not realizing why he was locked up, why he had to get that bill to try to escape reality. You love the one you say you hate. That's what we dealing with here in this society. Say they hate the oppressor, but they love in the work for them, serve them, bend over backwards for them. This is the hypocrisy of our people. Read that again, brother. Oh, don't worry about it. It says for those, wait.
Book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
The turning away of the simple shall slay them. Now the same people he was pointing at are hesitant to
Bring it out, brother.
when he was pointing with the alligator arm.
Bring it out.
Same one he talking about he hate, he didn't want to point at. Them be the same one that turn up and slay your ass.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
And the prosperity of food.
And the what?
And the prosperity of food.
Prosperity of food. That $5,000 check he claimed he won't read.
Shall destroy them.
Shall destroy. What are he going to do with it? Is he going to help build his people up? Is he going to get a sword? Go get that apocrypha that he needs to study to build himself up? Or he going to get more beer? He going to get more cigarettes? Right. Or you going to do the things that's necessary, bro? Our people lost and confused in these days. That's why it's important for us to come out to the highways and byways, give understanding. Show our people where they're going the hell off. Let me get that Isaiah 58:1. Isaiah 58:1, bring it up.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 18.
Bring it out.
Let no man deceive himself.
Let what?
Let no man deceive himself.
Why is that? Because the mind play tricks on you. You deceiving yourself. What the scripture say, paraphrasing, the man's mind be wanting to play tricks on him, tell him more than 7 watchmen sitting in the tower. So you got 7 men up above you seeing and watching out for the dangers coming. But his mind, who's sitting on the throne in the kingdom, in his own mind, he got a different thought than what they seeing up there. He think he got the understanding when they watching out for him. Bring it out.
Proverbs 13 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
The desire accomplished is sweet to the soul,
Uh-huh.
but it is abomination to fools to depart from evil.
You see that? For our people to depart from their sins, it's abominable to them. But that's what the Lord loves. When we depart from wickedness, abomination. He loved it. But our people hate it. That's why it's hard for our people to wake the hell up in these last days. Bring it out. The other precept there.
Isaiah 15.
Huh? 58:1. Isaiah 58:1.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hearken to me, ye that follow after righteousness.
58:1. 58:1.
58. My bad. Book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud.
Do what?
Cry aloud.
Uh-huh.
Spare not.
Spare not. We didn't care how the brother was feeling. He came over here with a hype feeling. He was feeling good. The beer had him hyped up, amped up. He ready to take over the world. Take down the Reptilians. But he didn't want to hearken it to the word of the Lord. So instead of going this way, he fled that way. Why is that? Because the wicked flee when no man pursue him.
That's right.
Like we said, we trying to rebuke the brother, correct him. That's an abomination to him. He had to get the hell on. Make excuses to justify his wickedness. It itch. Brother, you got to be a man in this thing. That's why
right.
The Lord says, stand up manfully, and I will advise thee. Come around your brothers, gather together like the brother brought out. You can get that strength. You can get that advice, that knowledge to help you deal with the itching of your face. That's something small, though. Because I guarantee if he had the itching of the foot, he'll go buy that cream. If he got that athlete's foot, he gonna buy that cream. But he can't maintain a beard to grow on his face. Right. Not knowing truly what the beard represents. It's a badge of manly dignity. But our people lacking understanding. Let me get Hosea 4:6.
And you know, we hear that a lot too. So it's like, all right, when the Lord come back, are you gonna tell the Lord your beard was itching? That's why you ain't grow it out?
Right.
You know? You gonna tell the Lord, hey, nah, it was itching. I couldn't do it. I saw the commandment, but hey, my beard itching, I don't like it. You gonna tell the Lord that?
Right.
Hosea.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Let me get Jeremiah 13:10. Destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Not understanding the integrity, I mean not the integrity, but the power behind the beard. You saying I look clean cut when I cut it off. Who told you that lie, brother? They told you that so you get that job to be oppressed so that you would be in sin and not know how to fight your battles.
Right.
You don't understand? This is the mindset of our people, Jeremiah 13:10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 13, verse 10.
Let me get Jeremiah 16:12.
This evil people,
Uh-huh.
which refuse to hear my words,
Ezekiel 33 and 30.
which walk in the imagination of their heart, and
what?
walk in the imagination of their heart.
They walking in their own imagination. He in his own world right now. He focused on telling grown ass men, grown warriors in front of him who putting their life on the line for the nation of people. He talking about I jumped off the porch. You sound like a little kid, brother. Man the hell up. I jumped off the porch. The dog doing that, the puppy doing that. What are you doing for your people? What are you doing for your family, for yourself? You know?
Which walk in the imagination of their heart, and walk after other gods.
After what?
After other gods.
Reptilian gods. I want their money. I want their fame. Read.
To serve them and to worship them shall even be as the girdle, which is good for nothing.
You see that? Good for nothing. All that striving to put in a brick for your oppressor is all for nothing. Whether you know it or not, everything that they set up in this kingdom is made easy so that anybody can get behind it and take your place. Therefore, you really don't matter, and they work for it. As hard as we try to strive to please them, the way they set it up is so that you don't mean nothing. Not only that, but this society is going to be destroyed. So once again, it's all in void. It's all in vanity. Our people should be focused on building each other up so we can get the hell out of here.
That's right.
Not trying to damn fill their bank account so it can be destroyed or taken. Because as much money as we can get $1 million a day. If somebody hack it, guess what? It's over with. Now you ready to damn rob and kill somebody. But I worked so hard to get this money. It's a figment of your imagination. You're still in the matrix. You need to wake the hell up and get a grip on reality. Come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that in Jeremiah 16.
Look at Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And ye have done worse than your fathers.
We have what?
And ye have done worse than your fathers.
Our fathers didn't have no damn PS5. They didn't have no big screen TV. They didn't have cars. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the phone in their hand to watch porn. To damn get on all these damn social media platforms. Get on these apps, dating apps. They ain't have all that. So the Lord said we have done worse than our fathers. Now we up here imitating the damn oppressor. We fighting harder for the enemy than we fighting for our own people. Think about how foolish that is. Come get this word, King. Y'all go to church? Huh? What do you know about yourself? What have you learned in them? Who are we as a people? Y'all can come get this too.
Play the word real quick. Give them a hand. Give them a sister a hand. All praise.
They need to hear this too. Give your sisters. Huh? Tell them come get this word. Hey, don't be like the women in this world that reject the word of the Lord. Always standing off when men come up. Come get this word. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all, who are we according to the Bible? Who? African American. The Bible tell you that? Who are we? The children. Who are we, sisters? Y'all in the back. Who are we in the Bible? People that you see right here that look just like you, who are we in the Bible? Black folks. You think the Bible gonna tell you that?
Peers.
Who?
The peers.
The peers.
Like our peers.
Who are we? The people that you see standing right here that look just like you. What are we called?
Americans.
That's a term that just came out not too long ago. It's not in the Bible. Negro is not in the Bible. Black man is not in the Bible. So who are we?
Black people.
That's not in the Bible.
So what are in the Bible?
We are Israelites. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of that, King? Who are we as a nation of people?
I'm sorry.
Who are we as a nation of people? The people you see that look just like you. Who are we according to the Bible? I know you got the answer.
I ain't got the answer.
This your family?
Yeah. You tell me.
The Israelites, King. I know you done heard that.
Okay, yeah,
Ain't no way you ain't heard that. All this social media, YouTube, all that. Do you know what that means?
I don't.
Let me get that right quick. Genesis 32:28. Because it's meaning behind everything. They say African American, but do we know what that means? They say we black. Do we know what that means? We should not be walking around in this society not knowing who the hell we are. Or following the ways of the other man, or the white man, or the Chinese man. They know who they are. But do we? We walking around trying to figure out who we are. I'm going to show you what that word means. Israel. Bring it up.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall no more be called Jacob, but Israel.
But who?
But Israel.
What does it mean, brother?
For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed.
Read that last part again.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32, middle part of 28. but Israel. For as a prince.
As a prince, we princes. The men, we royalty. So are our sisters, royalty. In order to be a prince, you gotta have a kingdom. You gotta have a kingdom. We royalty. We ain't being taught these things. African American don't mean nothing. You know?
For as a prince hast thou power with God.
With who?
Power with God.
We got power with the Most High God, the creator of the heaven and earth. But they don't tell us these things. They tell us that we Gentiles, we African American, we black, we Negroes, we thugs, we thoughts. That don't mean nothing. It's destructive. But the Lord said that we are royalty, princes. We got power with him
and with men.
And with men.
And has prevailed.
And has prevailed. We got power over these other nations, whether we know it or not. You walk down the street, you walk past their car, they scared. What are they doing? Hitting their lock with. They scared automatically. They gripping their purse, thinking we gonna rob them, but it's not about robbing them. They feel the strength that we have. When we stand as men, the other nations fall down. They humble before us. You know what I'm saying? They said we got power with God and with men that has prevailed. Everything that we have been through as a nation of people, slavery included, being raped and robbed, burned alive, you know what I'm saying? Being on the bottom of society, guess what? We have prevailed. We still here. We still the best in every damn thing you can think of. Dressing, dancing, cooking, singing, inventions. Anything you can think of, we are the best at. They steal from us constantly, but we the best at it. Because we are chosen. Did you know that? Did y'all know that?
Yes, sir.
Read that right quick.
Psalm chapter 82, verse 6. I have said, ye are God.
Deuteronomy 14:2.
And all of you are children
what the Most High say? Read from the top.
I have said, ye are God.
He said what?
Ye are gods.
We are what?
Ye are gods.
You see that? A lot of us walk around with crowns on our shirts saying we kings, but the Lord said we gods. The other nations know that we gods. That's why they in cahoots together to try to keep us destroyed, to keep us from reading our book, to gain our strength. So when we do these things, we take over the world because we are out of. Keep reading on that. Keep reading on that. I'm gonna show you something because we ain't standing up in the position we supposed to be in. This world that we live in is flipped upside down. Read that. 825.
Hey, they go check on the
I have said.
Start at 5.
They walk down
Psalm
there.
chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand.
Our people don't know, neither will we understand. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
We see it's light right now, but our people still walking around in darkness right now. Not knowing who they are, what's going on, who in control, why we getting shot down every day when you turn on the news. Read.
All the foundations of the earth.
Say what?
All the foundations of the earth.
All the foundations of the earth are what?
Are out of course.
Out of order. That's why a man can go to the damn courthouse and marry another man. That's out of order. That's why a woman can rule over another man. A woman can go marry another woman. That's out of order. Dogs get more respect than we do. That's out of order. We living in the worst conditions in the worst neighborhood, and we the best at everything. That's out of order. Right. We don't have no land, no history, no heritage, except what's in the Bible. But the Lord said we are what? Keep reading. Verse 5, verse 6.
Verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
We are what?
We are gods. And all of you are children of the Most High.
Talking about the nation of Israel, but what?
But ye shall die like men.
We gonna die like the rest of these nations. We gonna die just like them. Why? Because we following their ways. We don't know who the hell we are, so we trying to be like them. The Lord tell us to separate them. He told you, I made you different. I'm gonna prove that. Bring it up. Deuteronomy 14:2.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Now you see that he said holy people. He didn't say all people are holy. He said, but y'all are holy people. Read.
And the Lord has chosen thee.
Yeah, what?
Has chosen thee.
Just like you chose that hat. I know you got more than one hat, but you chose that one today. You chose it. Now, the other hats might be mad right now. Why the hell he ain't choose me, man? I thought he liked me, man. But he chose this hat. He chose the Yankee. You know?
And God has chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
Holy, peculiar. We special. That's why we better than everybody. We endure everything and we still here. It don't matter what they throw at us. The foul foods, the They try to poison our water system. They try to vaccinate us. They try to put the dope in the hood, the alcohol on each corner, the guns. We still here. Read.
Above all the nations.
We are above what?
Above all the nations.
Now, why are we here trying to be equal? We walking around saying we want equal rights. We equal to y'all. We holding hands so our lives to matter. That don't make no sense. The Lord said, I chose you to be special, to be above these folks. But we here trying to be equal to them. That means that we confused, we destroyed in the mind. Bring it out.
This is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 21. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people?
Say what?
And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel?
Answering a question right there. Who is like us? Ain't nobody. Read.
Whom God went to redeem to be his own people.
To be his own people. He came to redeem us out of Egypt. We are the same people that walked out of Egypt across the Red Sea with Moses. Documented. Biblical proof. Everybody's seen and know about it throughout the whole world. But for some odd reason, the actual people that were saved don't know who the hell we were or that we were there. We don't know these things. We think we just got off the slave ship and we just happy not to be getting our backs beat in right now. But the Lord said, I chose you. What people in the world is like you? I saved you. I brought you into the wilderness. I gave you laws, statutes, and commandments to keep. And here we are today, listening to these wicked-ass pastors telling us we ain't got to keep the law. The Lord said, I'm going to give you this law. Let me get Sirach 17:11 right quick. I'm going to give you this for a culture, for a heritage. But our people here living like they ain't got a care in the world. And wonder why we can't get ahead. We take one step back, we taking two back. We take one forward, two back. Always in a constant struggle, trying to keep our heads above water, keep from drowning. You don't know the reason why these things happen. I'll show you that. Bring it up.
The book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge.
He gave us what?
He gave them knowledge. And the law of life.
The what?
And the law of life.
The law of life. Read.
For an heritage.
For what?
For an heritage.
What's a heritage, brother?
I'm sorry with that.
What's a heritage?
Hey man, I'm listening, man. I'm taking it all in.
A heritage is what and who we are. Right now, if you ask an average black man or black woman what's our heritage, they're gonna tell you going to the Essence Festival, watching BET Awards, sagging our drawers or sagging our pants, or wearing tight skimpy clothes. The Lord said, I gave you a law, I gave you wisdom, I gave you knowledge for a heritage. I gave you a language to speak. We don't know our original language. He gave us a land to live in. We don't know where that's at. We no longer there no more. He gave us a dress code. We don't know what that is. He gave us high holy days to live by, to celebrate. We don't know what they are. He gave us a dietary law, a way to eat. We don't know what these things are. He gave us a heritage, though, to live by. So if we ain't living by these things, obviously we reject them. See that? We rejected the law, statutes, and commandment that Moses gave us when we came out on the other side of the Red Sea, when we came out of Egypt. These heritage, this law that we were given was to govern us as a people. Just like here in America, they got rules for us to live by, correct? Right? You gotta stop at the red light. That's a law. You gotta put your seatbelt on. That's a law. You gotta have a driver license to drive the car. That's a law. To leave the country, you need a what, bro? See that? It's laws. You gotta have a permit to carry a pistol. Laws to live by. We had laws to live by as a people. But today, we don't know what the hell going on. Like the brother was bringing out, we got dietary law. Do you know about that? Yeah, as a people. Let me show you something right quick. Because whether you know it or not, it's something small, but it's something major at the same time. Because our people eating the wrong foods, we dying off younger and younger and having more infirmities applied to our people. Our people are dying at 50 years old. As for the men, we dying at 50 years old. When the other nations living to be 70, 80, 100 years old. But our men dying younger and younger. Even celebrities who got all the money in the world dying younger and younger because we eating the wrong foods. Let me show you something. Leviticus 11:7.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
The swine. You know what that is, don't you? Pig, pork. Read.
though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed,
right?
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He got clean attributes, just like a deer, just like a cow, just like a goat, just like lamb. Got clean attributes. Talking about his feet. Read.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
He don't chew his food and regurgitate it, clean it. Just like a cow got 2 stomachs. He constantly chewing that food and re-chewing it to clean it. Read.
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
Let me get Job 14:4 right quick. He is unclean to us. But what do they tell us today? Just pray over your food. Dip it in vinegar. All these different things to do to try to make the pig clean. The Lord said it's unclean. Bring it out.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65, verse 1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
To a what?
Unto a rebellious people.
They don't want to hearken to the words of the Lord. They say that's good eating. They say it's good eating because the slave master, the oppressor, been giving it to us for so long. They say that's good eating. Man, I can't eat no burger without no bacon. Then I need that shrimp wrapped around, I need bacon wrapped around shrimp. That's foolish. I'm trying to make it clean. Finish it out.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto rebellious people.
With rebellious people. Now that let you know that the Lord know who we are. Who more rebellious or hard-headed than our people?
Nobody I know.
And you see that? Every time you are, when you ask, how the kids doing? What they say? Hard-headed as hell, bad as hell. We hard-headed. The Lord telling us constantly throughout the scriptures. Read.
Which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts.
After what?
After their own thoughts.
We thinking how we want to do things. That's how it's supposed to go. I feel like I got to eat that. The Lord said, don't eat it, brother. I got to die somehow. That's foolish as hell. Why die?
I appreciate y'all, gentlemen, man.
Hold on, let me finish it out, King. I got to show you something. Leviticus 9.
Book of Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the water.
All right, now we're going about the seafood. So we know you can't eat the swine. Read.
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So the Lord said we got to eat what's in the water that have 2 attributes, scales and fins. If they don't have both of those, we are not supposed to eat. You understand that? It's simple. Just like your car or your truck. If you put diesel fuel in it, is that going to make the car run? What are they going to do to the engine?
Shut the engine down.
Exactly. So when we eat the wrong foods, the abominable foods, it's going to shut our engine down. That's why our men are dying younger and younger, because we eat the abominable foods. Shrimp, crab, and lobster. Swine on a constant. And the other things, because if you come in the water, it got to have what? Scales and fins. We can't eat calamari. Can't eat oysters. Right. Can't eat alligators. Right. You know what I'm saying? Catfish. Catfish is a fish, but it don't have scales.
Right.
It got one of the attributes. For it to be clean for us to eat, it got to have scales and fins. It's over 100 different types of fish. Red snapper, flounder, whiting, haddock. Give me another one. Bass, crappie. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different fish that we can eat. But our people stuck on catfish, goldfish, eating abominations. We're not supposed to eat these things. That's how we live a longer life. You understand it? These are the laws, the dietary laws that our people, the nation of Israel, are supposed to be keeping. Right. When we don't keep the laws, bro, we die. Younger and younger, and these other nations continue to rule over us. And there you have a continued nation being destroyed. Right. As time continue to go on, we raising our kids to do what the hell they want to do, to follow the ways of this world. And we wonder why our society ain't getting no better. Why we consistently killing each other more and more and more. Why we dying younger and younger and younger. Why these freak things keep happening to us. It's because we ain't keeping the commandments.
Right. So look, I appreciate y'all, brother, man.
Now, who are we, brother?
Huh?
Who are we?
Nation of people.
What are we called?
Israelites.
Oh, praise. Now, what we got to do, though, brother? What we got to do to stop avoiding death? What we got to keep? What we got to keep?
That, the law.
Oh, praise.
We gotta keep these commandments, brother.
Brother.